everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is DEEPIKA MAINI, and I'm a search specialist for Google Indonesia. My role as a specialist is to help marketers get great efficiencies and returns from their investments on Google search. I'm thrilled to be a part of the MMA Impact Forum today and share how automation continues to be a focus for the industry and is the future for growth. Now, I would like to start by touching upon 3 key trends that we see today. Matthew had touched upon some of these very briefly, but I would like to take you through and focus on the consumer and business impact of these trends. First, the macroeconomic environment that we are operating in today has sprung many surprises on us over the last 2 years, and the year ahead is full of uncertainties. Second, these uncertainties are resulting in changing consumer behavior. And third, investors all over are focusing on cash flow positive businesses and profitability. Let's take a slightly deeper look into some of the macroeconomic challenges that we face today. Now, we all know that the pandemic changed the world, and Apac continues to live and navigate through uncertain times. Global supply chain issues that started almost a year ago led to less product availability, resulting in higher prices. Now, amplify that with mobility restrictions in source markets that provide tourism to the region, coupled with geopolitical tensions that are impacting trade and manufacturing globally, including here. So, what do these macroeconomic challenges mean for a consumer? Well, to begin with, living has become more expensive. We have seen a sharp rise in food and energy prices across all APAC markets. People are paying more for basics, and this is driving a shift in spends. Now add to this, the increasing internet penetration, access to information, has made it rather easy for people to do research and compare before making purchase decisions. And this is impacting consumer behavior in a big way. Shopping online used to be highly focused on getting cheaper prices. But over the last few years, we're seeing that there's a higher degree of focus on getting quality products. Now, during uncertain times, people continue to want quality, but they want it at the right price too. In fact, according to a recent report from McKinsey on the consumer sentiment in Indonesia, approximately 40 to 60% consumers switched brands in the last 1 year. And the key reason for that was price or promotion, followed by the quality of products. Consumers today are curious and conscious of what they buy through careful research and evaluation before they make a purchase decision. And this makes the purchase journey of a consumer today rather long, complex, and fairly messy. Now, this brings me to the next key trend, and that is the changing consumer behavior during times of uncertainty. Today, people are seeking greater variety. If you see here, almost 64% of Indonesian consumers have tried a different brand since the start of the pandemic. Habitual and autopilot buying methods are being disrupted. Now this opens a plethora of opportunities for brands to engage with consumers when they're building new buying habits and leaning towards more functional benefits like price, quality, convenience, and flexibility versus emotional benefits like brand reputation. Consumers today have a sense of urgency. They would rather replace a brand, retailer, or product rather than wait for a product to become available. Now, as consumers go online to look for information, availability of so much information has made it hard for them to make sense of it all and take a decision. Am I getting the right price? Am I getting the right value? Am I paying the right price? Is this the best deal or promotion out there? How many times have you asked this question before making a purchase decision? Well, these are questions that are lurking in the minds of the consumers today, making it hard for them to feel confident to take a purchase decision. And as a result of that, they end up getting into this loop of exploration and evaluation before they really come to a final decision. Did you know that it takes people an average of 8 searches to complete a task? Well, we at Google believe that this complex consumer journey is here to stay way beyond the pandemic and will require automation to effectively engage with consumers at scale. Now moving over to the third key trend. According to a survey of 30 leading growth investors within the private markets conducted by Numis in July 2022, approximately 60% investors were erring on the side of caution and focusing on cash flow positive businesses. Now this has increased pressure on players to move from growth-focused business objectives to profitability. Players are focusing on engagement over acquisition. Now, most companies often turn to cutting down marketing expenses during turbulent times. But we have learned from past periods of uncertainty that businesses that maintain or increase their marketing spends during turbulent times actually see long-term profitability, marketing effectiveness, and market share go up. In fact, if you look at the chart on the left-hand side, it is from a report published by Analytic Partners in 2022, which shows that brands that increased media investments during the past period of recession actually saw 17% higher incremental sales. As per the same report, if an average size brand could stand to lose 15% of its business if a similar sized competitor just doubled its marketing investments. So don't look at your marketing investments in a vacuum. Take competitor action into account. Now, just to summarize the 3 trends that I just spoke about. Today, we stand at a juncture where consumers need more help than before. They're curious, yet cautious. They want the best, but they want it at the right price too. They're very demanding and less loyal. At the same time, investors are becoming extremely demanding and are focusing on positive cash flows. Now, in the midst of all of this, how does a marketer balance these two and ensure that they're able to meet customer requirements while achieving business objectives? And the answer to that is automation. Automation is the only way to stay ahead in a dynamic world and keep pace with the rapidly changing consumer behavior. Automation fueled by machine learning is critical as a tool for marketers today. Automation is emerging as an answer because it can dynamically identify high-impact moments in a consumer's journey where marketing investments can be effectively applied to achieve business objectives. Automation tools use machine learnings to assess audience signals in real time and at scale to provide marketers insights on consumers' intent and behavior. And this enables them to ensure that campaigns can show up at the right time and at the right moment in a person's consumer journey, and they can connect with high-value customers at scale. Now, brands are also relying on automation to simplify management and optimization of their campaigns. In fact, over 80% of Google's advertisers are using automated billing solutions today to improve their ad performance and free up time for other tasks. As per a survey of Google, 82% of marketers recognized a positive return on investment and marketing automation and said that it makes them more efficient. Marketing automation can turn a lean marketing team into a powerful force, allowing them to compete with large-scale enterprises despite being a startup or a small organization. Now at Google, we work with multiple advertisers to help them embark on the automation journey. But there is one thing that we have noticed. that there is a need for a mindset shift to be able to embrace automation wholeheartedly. So today, I would want to talk you through 3 mindset shifts that every business should keep in mind as they're thinking about automation to be able to embark on this journey wholeheartedly. The first one is to think about automation as a tool to free up time and focus on more strategic value adds. Now, a lot of organizations think of automation as a method of cutting costs. But the goal of automation is to be able to free up time and create thinking capacity for your valuable resources who are today tied up in very repetitive tasks. Consider this. 15% of the queries that Google sees every day are brand new and have never been seen before. Now, even with the most diligent and frequent optimizations, it would be nearly impossible to address all forms of query variation. Now, if you look at the screen here, I would like to be vulnerable for a second. These are all the things that Google knows about me, from my interest in traveling to my most preferred restaurant, from my exact age to what is the item that I bought most recently. Now, these are a huge number of signals that Google uses to be able to dynamically respond to my needs and searches in real time. Wouldn't it make more sense that ads could automatically appear at the right time, to the right person, with the right creative, rather than trying to do the guesswork? Now, of course, as a user, I have the complete flexibility to switch off ad personalization or just tune it down a little bit to ensure that I get an ad experience that is suitable to my liking. Now, these signals and machine learning is only going to get better and faster with time. According to a report from OpenAI, machine learning algorithms are doubling in power every 4 to 5 months. At this rate, over the next 5 years, we can expect machine learning algorithms to be 300,000 times better than what they are today. Leading marketers know that there is an opportunity to embrace this change. And quite frankly, if marketers are not ready to embrace this change today, there is a high risk of getting left behind. Now, let me take you through an example of Ruang Guru. Ruang Guru is an education tech player in Indonesia, and they were trying to reach more prospective customers. Now we know that every search query on Google is unique because it's fueled by a large number of signals that are sent across by a user when they make a search. So we worked with Ruang Guru to try broad match. Broad match leverages unique signals not available in other match types to be able to serve ads when someone searches for a relevant variation of your keyword. The results were phenomenal. We saw almost a 3x increase in conversion at a 12% lower CPA. Broad match is an effective way to unlock untapped search opportunity without having to manage massive volumes of keywords. Now combine broad match with smart bidding, and it helps ensure that your campaigns are able to scale effectively and efficiently. And that is the power of automation. Now moving over to the second mindset shift, and that is to optimize towards real business objectives. Automation is your business multiplier. Businesses using automation see an average of 20% increase in conversions, and those optimizing for value see a 14% increase in conversion value. Here's an example of Omela, whose core challenge was to improve their return on investment. They activated search by maximizing clicks to reach and acquire new leads, but soon found it very difficult to be able to scale. So we worked with them to move to smart bidding, and very soon they were able to see a 12x increase in conversions and a 94% lower CPA. So you can make the most out of your marketing investments when marketing strategies are fully aligned to your business objectives. Now here is Traveloka, who was looking to unlock incremental customer acquisitions, but without adding burden to their cost metrics. So they combined their first-party data along with Google signals, supplemented it with a layer of value-based bidding to be able to achieve higher booking values and improve their return on ad spends. They saw great results. They saw 14% increase in booking values at 5% lower CPA and 11% higher return on ad spends. Now moving over to the third key trend, and honestly, in my personal view, the most important mindset shift, and that is active testing and learning. Now, working with multiple brands at Google, there is one thing that we have noticed. Brands that are able to grow and scale are the ones who are open to experimenting and trying new things. They learn from their failures, they make changes to their strategies, and they try again. They're very agile in their approach. When they see success, they use that and they scale. Experimentation has become more important than before, especially today, because of all the uncertain and turbulent times that we see around us. Without experimenting and testing, how do we know that what worked yesterday is truly applicable and will continue to work with the changing consumer behavior that we're seeing around us? Understanding what works and, more importantly, what doesn't is extremely crucial for businesses to be able to make meaningful investment decisions and ensure that they're able to achieve business objectives and also meet customer requirements. Now, as I close, I would really like to leave you behind with 3 thoughts. First, be ready. The future is uncertain and change is inevitable. Get ready to embrace this change, otherwise there's a high risk of getting left behind. Second, take action. Automation is the future, and now is the time to make it your strength. And third, be nimble. Start with small steps before you take a leap. Make experiments your best friend. Never stop trying and don't stop learning. That's all from my side today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Ms. MAINI. Can we have another round of applause, and can we have a photo op with you? Thank you so much for such an insightful session this morning.